Hello, live stream. The first topic I will talk about is Instagram threads. I feel like I don't know if I should start talking now. No, I shouldn't. Why would you dive right into the topic of interest in the first few seconds of a live stream when you know it takes a few seconds for even the most devout of listeners to tune in? None of which I have. But all the more reason for me to wait, right? All the more reason for me to wait to really start talking until a couple people get here, which will take longer than usual for me because I'm not there yet. But per the title of this live stream, I wanted to talk about me rediscovering the audio microphone feature on Instagram Threads. I feel like I knew that existed, but I forgot, and then I got reminded again. Now let's do a merch flex. This is from the Avatar concert, and so is this pen. So that's pretty lit. Look, you can see Avatar Aang Air Bend. Isn't that like awesome? It's probably the best concert I've ever been to. It's right up there with Linkin Park, who I saw in Dallas of 2024. And this Avatar concert was in the late winter of last year. So we'll wait for people to tune in. Threads audio is a topic, and I'm gonna see chat filter. I'm gonna change it to all messages, which is show every message, including spam. I remember when I restarted my live streams a few weeks ago, I had chosen the button on the chat settings that said none because I thought none meant no filter, and none, it turns out, meant no chat. Hello person tuning in, how are you? Suki Gaming says, hi bro, where are you from? I am originally from Maryland. Where are you from, Suki Gaming? And am I pronouncing your username correctly? Let me know. Laughify says, I got a question. Well, I got an answer, Laughify. Hit me. Yo, there are like 15 people tuned in, and I guarantee 15 people didn't mean to tune in. Laughify has a cleverly worded question. It says, would you rather watch a tree grow or a growth of a joint in the leg? You think I'm going to say that verbatim, Laughify? Who do you think you is, homie? I'm hip to the jokes and the trends, and the Zoopy Fraud Gamer says, hi, how are you? Pawan Gaming says, bro, I think you're kind of sad. Yes, I am, but that's mostly because I'm sleep deprived. I mean, who isn't sad? If you're not sad in 2025, you are out of touch with the world. Like, you are out of touch with what's going on in the world if you are happy in 2025. Laughify says, darn it. Darn it. I'm going to start saying that. Laughify, where are you tuning in from? Toes says, fat. Yes, I mean, hey, if we get hit with famine, I got the hookup. What you mean, cuz? Ecstatic about 2025. Are you? Are you really? There are too many people in this chat. Like, I think YouTube is trolling me. 21 people tuned in. There's no reason for this to be this viral. Unless, maybe it's a Saturday morning thing. Am I your Saturday morning cartoons? What? Am I your Saturday morning? You're watching this goofy guy getting roasted on a YouTube live stream. Jared, thank you. Appreciate that comment. That's really helpful. I appreciate that. Tanzi Gamer says, I hope this is a new one because I hope I don't fall for it. If your knee hurts, you say shoulder hurt. I'm confused. Don't be sad, man. That's a good point, Joe. By the way, is this Joe Biden on the line? Like, I would be lit if I could become vice president, not president, because I don't want to do work. I want to be. I want to be the Veep. My last name starts with a V. Wow, this is lit. The title of this live stream pertains to Instagram Threads. If you have Instagram Threads, follow me on Instagram Threads because they have this audio feature, and I posted some ratchet ass audios on that app. Okay, it like two of them. I like audio. I'm into audio. With a face like this, you've got to be into audio. Now, let's see what else. Joe says I can put sentences together, so I'm not Biden. That's a bar. That is a bar. Any Avatar fans on the line? What element would you bend if you could bend an element? Avatar fans. Also, if you have questions for me, swing them my way. I'll answer them. And if there are topics you want me to rant about, I can do that. Pavan Gaming earlier said, bro, still waiting for the collab of Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa attended a high school that's like near where I went to high school. So, I mean, hey, we can make jokes all we want, but then when you look at her bank account, I think we're the ones getting effed, honestly. Okay? So, I imagine she's doing well. What else can I rant about? Pawan says, bro, bricked up. Here's the thing. If I was, let me show you how it would look like. Actually, this is way too big, yo. It's got to be like, still too. I'm tired of being surrounded by humongous objects. Now, what else? Can we talk about something wholesome, please? Can we talk about like strawberries, fiber? I don't know if fiber is wholesome, but it doesn't pertain to younger crowds, I think, because fiber becomes relevant after a certain age per your digestion. Yep. Bro's best time is 0.0020 seconds. Nah, it's more like 1/1000th of a nanosecond. All right. Let's keep our expectations real. Beatriz Batista says, hi. Hello, Beatriz. How goes it? Where is everyone tuning in from? I do stand up. And, we have our first message held for review. So it must, YouTube doesn't like it. I'm going to I'm going to tap view message. Oh, it's just spam, I think. It's someone named Johan that says hi a million times. YouTube is tripping. Hi is amazing. That's a wholesome message. Thank you, Johan Burkhart. Thank you for saying hi. I don't know why YouTube flagged your comment. We need more positivity in this world with those highs. We need more highs. There are too many lows. Pawan says, how many girl have you pulled, bro? Learn English first and then we can talk. Now, I would like to know where everyone's tuning in from because I tour for stand-up comedy and perhaps I can perform in a venue near you, homies. Another topic I'd like to talk about is rubrics. I didn't do well in school. I passed my classes. I got above passing grades, but I didn't do well, okay? You don't have too many of my personality type. At least I don't think you do. You don't have too many of mine that flaunt the fact that they've gotten their degrees, but they did poorly, but they also didn't fail. That's the thing. So it's like, I'm sure my kind exists, but we're not vocal about it. So I don't like rubrics. Tanzi Gamer says, bro's a Rizzler with that face. I mean, there's more to a Rizzler than a face. So this is weird. Rubrics scare me. and I'm also repulsed by rubrics and like with social media algorithms, you kind of determine what will likely land favorably, but even that is a rubric. So like, there are plenty of reasons why I don't do well with rubrics. I think the biggest one is because of laziness. Like I'll check maybe 3 out of the 5 boxes, and I'll most likely be too lazy to hit the last 2 boxes, but it's also because I would want to express myself beyond the rubric. But I have to admit, it's just laziness. And I'm trying to increase the amount of energy I have. Whooper Yeeps says skibbity. I still don't exactly know what skibbity means other than it being like a viral trending phrase. But like, it doesn't seem to have meaning other than perhaps its meaninglessness being the meaning. So that's my analysis there. Who else is tuned in? We have 7 people tuned in. This is pretty fulfilling. I think, is it? So, if I were to write a joke about rubrics, it's that I struggle with them, and it's also the excuse I give whenever one of my posts doesn't take off and it gets 0 likes and like 2 views. That's I like making excuses. Tanzi Gamer says, "How's life going?" It's not too bad. I've had plenty of days off from work due to the holidays, which is nice. And it's only these days where I find time to exercise, make time to exercise. So I'm worried about work starting up again come Monday. It's going to be stressful. And I should push myself to exercise. And then also sleep in a timely manner when work restarts. So it's not too bad at the moment, but I am pensive about how it might become. That's how life is going. Tanzi Gamer. Whooper Yeep says my grandma just did a backflip. Pics or it didn't happen, or I guess in this case videos. Pics or it didn't happen was a phrase that, in my opinion, took off in the early 2010s. I think videos, yeah, I mean photos were the thing. Videos were behind. Pawan Gaming has a message that got retracted. You can say it, Pawan. Cool. We have 6 people tuned in. Grandma's doing backflips. I can't even do a backflip. I probably can't do a front flip unless we're at a trampoline park. Yeah, backflips are. But do I want to do one? I'm not sure how much functionality there is for any flips. I would like to become more flexible. Well, this is good. Tanzi Gamer says I land on face. I too land on face, because that's how I face my consequences. Yep. All right, I think that's pretty good for me. I'm gonna wrap this up, homies. Thank you all for tuning in. Check out my other content on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram Threads, which is I like to Mudit. You can follow me on regular Instagram as well. Peace out, y'all. Thank you so much.